Hi, hello there. Once again, my dear grade 10 student, and for your reading and writing subject for this quarter 4, week 4, we have a topic about a resume and application letter. So in line with that, have you seen an example of a resume there? You have a name of a person who are applying for a certain job, then the address, then the contact number, we have the mobile number or even your home number or your email ad, you should include that as well, and your work experience if you have one, if you are an English teacher or whatever background kind of job do you have, then the school that you are graduated from, then you need also to indicate the year of your of the graduated school. We have there the applicant name, and Uriel. Then also you need also to indicate the licensure or the certificate that you already passed. Just like if you are a teacher, then if if any kind of job that you have in your past experiences, then the proficiency, whether you have one or the languages that you are applying or that you are using when you are in teaching, then the even the computer applicants, and then we have the organizational affiliation, and then you have your personal data here. So the references, don't forget, it is also a part of the resume, the references, and it is really advised that those person that you're going to include in your references is not a member of your family, all right? It's better if you include your former professor or any person that is related to the job that you are applying. So for the continuation, when we say what is the purpose or the definitions of a resume, so of course as a student and as an individual, of course it is our desire, it is our dreams that after finishing our school, applying for a job is the next step into becoming a true adult, to have your professions of your own, and to that time to venture into the real world and practice the things that you learn in school. So the resume is your ticket into this new world. So a resume is a personalized summary of your personal background, the trainings, the abilities, the talents, even the skills that you have as a person. And it will show your potential employer if you are fit for a certain positions that you are applying for. So a resume tell an employer a great deal about you, where you have been, where you are, and where you are headed, no, as a professions, as a professional, I mean. So, however, the story must be told quickly and clearly by giving an information that are being asked in your resume. So, you only have few moments to convince the employer that your resume deserve further attentions before it being trust or being thrown, right? So your resume needs to shot professionally also. So you must state or you must convince your employer that through your resume, they might or they can say that I am the one you need you on your team. Okay, or as an applicant, you are the best option to be hired in that a certain position in a certain company that you are applying for. So much so that even if you are not appropriate for the advertised position, he or she would be inclined to start to need you. Okay, so in other words, your resume is a marketing tool. So thus it need to demonstrate, and here are the following, that you are an employable person, how you met the job and the organization requirements, or you need to ask those questions to yourself to be able for you to have a preparation to be hired in a certain company, all right? That you have the right qualification and education, that whatever the standard that they are set in that position or in that company, you are qualified. Your education is qualified to be hired in that certain position, all right? That you have the right experience and skills. Of course, remember, student, that if you are an experienced person, if you have that skills, ability, or a certain talent that they are aiming for an applicant, if you have that, then you are, there's a tendency that those company will be hired you, right? That you have the right level of professionalism for the job, right? You need also to consider this one. A reason why your parents are sending you to school, to reach those goals that you are aiming for the near future. All right, so you need also to be very observant for all those qualifications that a certain company might looking for an applicant. So there are things also to remember when making a resume. First, we need to keep it short and simple, right? And make it a readable for the person who can receive those resume that you are made. So highlight important details. It is important because they might be an eye-catching for the manager that are going to hire you, or for the interviewee, no, because this might be a story in your part that need to be considered for all those experiences that you have, for all those achievements that you have when you are students, or for your previous job experience, right? Mention concrete accomplishment, because what you accomplish as a person, or as another job seeker, no, it might be a big deal for those companies that were going to hire you as their applicant to be a part of their team. All right, so we have here also parts of our resume. We have a personal data wherein it says that in this portion, you fill it accurately, make sure that the information is correct. No, because honesty, if you are an applicant, honesty really is a big deal for those company, for those person who are in that company, to be able for them to know what kind of person are their applicants are. All right, so also, you need to include a photo, and make sure to put a good 2x2 photo in a professional attire that is in white background. Now remember, our background as an applicant always in a white, right? Looking your best, even in picture, is very important to impress future employees. Remember that the first impressions really last for those people we are applying for. So make yourself presentable. Make yourself look professionally, right? It's a big deal, and it's your advantages to make yourself more professional and presentable for those pictures that you're going to put in your resume. Then your educational background. Write down your educational background from your highest education attainment. Make sure to indicate the university or the majoring that you are taking up, on and the exclusive dates or the addresses of that specific university, colleges, or schools that you've been through. Right? It is also very important in your resume to include your educational background, even your accomplishment in school, right? Work experience. So you need to fill in your work experience based on the most current or the most important to least important. It is advisable to work experiences that are directly related to the job you are applying for. So you may also wish to put in freelance or part-time jobs to highlight your ability to manage time. Of course, it is also an advantageous if you have this work experiences that is related to the position that you are applying for. Remember that, no, it will guide you to the desired position that you want in that certain company, if you have this work experience that is related to that position. Then your licensure and certificates. So do not forget to put in the licenses and the certificates that you have earned, especially if they are related to the field you are applying for, because this will increase your eligibility to get the job. The trainings that you've been through that is related to that certain positions that you are applying for. It really have a big deal in including that in your resume, because it will increase your eligibility in to get hired in that certain position or in a certain job. Next, Your proficiencies, this part shows the equipment you can manipulate. It maybe it be in the computer or the machineries. This is very important, especially if you are applying for a job that requires the operation of this machine. So what expertise that you have as a person, maybe you are fit in that certain position that the company are looking for. So you need also to include that, no, because it can create or it can a way or a guide for those person in that company who are hiring to be able to see the quality or the expertise that you have as their applicant. Right, then for the number 7, we have an organizational affiliation. This portion reflects your well-roundedness and your ability to be a team player. It is also shows if you are involved in the community that you are in. So sometimes there are what do you call this one, an associations in your certain community. If you are involved, that you can also include that, so that it might be it's showing how the ability that you have as a person, as an applicant, that can use in a certain position that you are applying for in a certain company. Then of course, we should also include the references. So it is required that in making a resume, it is required to have at least 3 references, which is very important. No, so your reference person should not be related to you by blood or a member of your family. They should be someone you trust and knows you well professionally. Usually people put their superiors and their mentors in this portion, or even your professor when you are in university, or even your co-workers or your supervisors that can know you professionally, the performance that you showed to them in your previous job. So they might contact the company that you are applying for to check what kind of person you are. So it's better that when you are in a certain job, you need to show the best that you have as a person, so that when the company asks your performance in your previous job, they might give you a positive feedback. Okay, so what is the purpose to get interview? So here, the purpose of the resume is to get interview. After reading it, employers should want to get to know you better. Your resume is your friend. It's properly prepared. No, you need to prepare your resume because it will your passport in a certain job that you are applying for. If not, it could be just the thing that lost your opportunity. Use it to your advantage. No, you have complete control over whatever employer knows about you. Never falsify information. You need to be honest in giving an information about yourself, even your background, your job experiences. You need to be honest, because an honest person is a really need, because value or a manner of a person is really a big deal in a certain company that are who are looking for an applicant like this, no, a true person, an honest one. But of course, you need to emphasize the good and the bad, right? As a person or as an applicant, make sure your lasting impressions is profound and a positive one. So its length varies. So there is no set length of a resume. A resume varies in length depending on your experience and education. If you haven't worked much before, 1 or 2 pages is best. But the pages are okay if you've got a lot of study and work behind you. So make sure you don't pad out your resume. If your resume is only 1 page, as long as it's well presented, it might get better result than a 2-page resume full of unnecessary information. A reason why that you need to put those important information that you are applying or for a position, in a certain position in a certain company. So even in a short, even in a 1 page of a resume, as long as you are given an appropriate information that a certain company are looking for and to an applicant, all right? So you need to be that in every information that you are stating there is relevant to the position or to the job that you are applying for. Okay, then we need also to review your resume. Having someone else review your resume is extremely important. Make sure you are someone who will actually to tell you if they think something isn't right. So people you could ask include your coworkers, your former employees, your teachers, career guidance counselors, or even your parents or guardian. So again, when we say resume, it is a personalized summary of your personal background, the trainings that you have, the abilities, and even the skills. So it will show your potential employer if you are fit for a certain position they are looking for or you are applying for. Don't forget to put your pictures, the educational background that you have, your work experiences, no, even the organizational affiliation and your references. All right. Then for your applicant college admission, no, if you're going to enroll or if you are going to to have this application for the college admission, you need to consider the following. We have here the name of a person, then the date, where you're going to write this, then the university that you are applying for. Then these are the body of the letter. Then of course the when we say a purpose and a definition of a college applicant letter, it is a college is one of the most important phases in life as a student, so you must go through. It is the time where you get to choose a major in a college or a university that you are wanted to enroll. So there are things that need to remember in writing a college application letter. The following is discern the course you want to take. So for now, we have senior high offering different strand that is relevant to the course that you are going to take when you are in college. So you need to analyze what are those strands that you wanted to take in order for you to be connected in enrolling you in college or university. So you get to know more about the college. Once you have chosen your prospective schools, research about them is and interview someone for those schools. This will help you in writing your college application letter and interviews that you might go through. And then you need to also to write to impress, showing that you know a lot about your prospective school and prospective program. Okay, you need to search for that specific schools that you are wanted to enroll to, so that you have this background of the schools that can cause your interest to mold you into a better professional someday in the future, right? So highlight why you deserve to be in that college. You need to show you are an asset in the school by highlighting the contribution you can give to them. This would also be strengthened by your academic records and other documents. So when we say a college application letter, it is a letter given to the admission department of a university together with other requirements asked by the university. This is an essay that aims to convince a college to accept a prospective students. The following are the things to remember when writing a college application letter. So you need to first to discern the course you want to take that have the skills that you as a person, the talent that you have, the ability, so that you might know what is the right course that are you going to take that will guide you to be a productive person someday. Get to know more about the college, do the research. What kind of school that are you going to enroll? Does it have a good background? Does it have a good educational offered for the student like you that can mold you into a productive, into a progressive person someday, right? Right? To impress and highlight why you deserve to be in that college. Be an asset in every school that you are enrolling to. Okay, so here's the format of a college application letter. We have the name of a prospective student, then of course the address of the sender, the date, of course, name of the prospective school, then the inside address of that school, then your solicitation. Then we have also the body of the letter. First, you need to, the introduction, you need to introduce yourself and state the reason why you are applying to the school and highlight some of the characteristics you admire about that school. Then the second one, the body, explain further why the school needs to accept you in their situation. Highlight dreams and abilities related to your desired course. And then, of course, for the conclusion, state your desire to be accepted in that particular university or college that mentions that you have attached the important documents, and do not forget to thank them, of course. Then you have the complimentary clause and your complete name and signature. So that is our topic for this Q4, week 4 in your reading and writing subject. I hope grade 11, you learned something new for today, and see you next time. God bless everyone and goodbye.